Ever really thought about the everyday heroes chilling on your desk? I mean, we see them, we use them, but do we know them? The paperclip, the stapler, the thumbtack. Tiny tools, simple designs, but absolute lifesavers, right? Imagine trying to keep your papers in order or pin up a note without these little champions. It'd be chaos. But the stories behind how these desk warriors came to be, way more fascinating than you might think. So stick around as we uncover the unseen sagas of these three trusty companions. First up, this elegant little wire marvel, the paperclip. Alright, the paperclip. It looks so simple, you'd think it's been around just like this forever. But nope. Before this familiar little shape, often called the gem clip, became king, people were getting creative and sometimes frustrated trying to keep papers together. We're talking ribbons, sewing them with needles, or even punching holes and tying them with string. Sounds like a hassle, right? The first sparks of what we'd recognize as a paperclip flew in the late 19th century. Lots of different folks patented various designs. Some were complex, some were simple, all trying to solve that same problem. But the design that truly stuck, the one we all know, that iconic double loop of wire, well, it's a bit of a mystery who the original inventor was. There isn't even a definitive patent for that specific gem design. However, around 1899, a British company called Gem Manufacturing started mass producing this style, and it became so popular the name gem clip just, well, stuck. Now, here's a really cool piece of paperclip history. During World War II, in countries like Norway, occupied by Nazi Germany, people wore paperclips on their lapels. Why? Because national symbols were banned. The paperclip became a silent, powerful symbol of resistance, unity, and solidarity, a way to say we are bound together against the occupation. Amazing how such a simple object can take on such profound meaning, right? Today, of course, paperclips come in all shapes, sizes, and colors, plastic, coated metal, you name it. But they all do that one simple, crucial job, holding our thoughts together, one page at a time, without causing much fuss. Okay, so the paperclip gives us a temporary hold, but what if you need something a bit more permanent? Enter the stapler. Oh, that familiar sound. Now, you might not believe this, but the earliest whisperings of a stapler-like device goes all the way back to the 18th century in the court of King Louis XV of France. Legend has it he had a custom-made, handcrafted device, and each staple was supposedly engraved with the royal insignia. Talk about a fancy office supply. More practical staplers, the kind we'd recognize, started appearing in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Early models were often big, heavy, and mainly used for industrial stuff like bookbinding. An American named George McGill got a patent in 1866 for a small, bendable brass paper fastener, a forerunner to the modern staple. He followed that up with patents for a press to insert these fasteners. But it was companies like E.H. Hotchkiss that really pushed things forward in the late 1800s, developing staplers that used a strip of pre-formed connected staples, making them much easier to use. In fact, the Hotchkiss staplers were so popular that in Japan, the word for stapler is still hochikisu. Today, staplers are everywhere in all forms. These trusty little manual ones, electric powerhouses, and heavy-duty beasts for massive stacks of paper. Even the staples themselves come in different sizes for different jobs. The cool thing about a stapler's design is how it juggles multiple tasks so precisely. It has to feed a staple from the magazine, punch it through the paper with enough force, and then perfectly crimp those little legs on the other side to hold everything tight. A neat little piece of everyday engineering. And that brings us to our third desk sidekick, the thumbtack, or as some call it, the push pin or drawing pin. So simple, yet so effective for sticking up notes, photos, and those world's best boss posters. The invention story here has a couple of contenders. One popular account credits German clockmaker Johann Kirsten with inventing flat-headed tacks around 1903. He reportedly sold his invention rights to a businessman who made a fortune while Kirsten didn't see much of the profit. Another story points to an American, Edwin Moore, who patented the push pin, a pin with a distinct handle, in 1900. He started the Moore Pushpin Company to manufacture them, apparently to make it easier to hang his photographs to dry. What makes the thumbtack so brilliant is its two-part harmony, a sharp point to easily pierce surfaces, and a wide, flat head that lets you push it in with just your thumb, hence thumbtack. Early thumbtacks often had metal heads, but soon colorful, plastic-headed ones arrived, making them prettier and a bit easier to handle. It might not have the mechanical complexity of a stapler or the symbolic history of the paperclip during wartime, but the thumbtack's sheer simplicity and effectiveness have kept it virtually unchanged on our desks and walls for over a century. A tiny tool that helps us personalize our space and keep important things in sight. So, there you have it, the hidden histories of these seemingly ordinary desk items. The paperclip, with its surprisingly anonymous yet iconic design and its powerful symbolic past. The stapler, evolving from a royal luxury to an everyday essential. And the thumbtack, a sharp idea that made pinning things up a breeze. These little tools might not always get the spotlight, but they play a massive role in keeping our daily lives and workspaces organized. They're perfect examples of clever, functional design that solved a real need and because of that, have stood the test of time. I hope you enjoyed this little trip into the unseen world of your office supplies. Look around you. I bet there are tons of other everyday objects with amazing stories just waiting to be told. Which of these three desk titans do you use the most? Or maybe you've heard another cool story about their origins. Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear them. If this sparked your curiosity, please give this video a big thumbs up. And if you're not already part of the unseen community, hit that subscribe button and ding the notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the secret lives of everyday things. We've got plenty more secrets to uncover. Until next time, keep looking for the stories hidden in plain sight.